The journey begins. We're finally starting to build our dream home. Welcome back to our channel, where we, a young couple in the heart of Europe, are sharing every step of building our house from scratch. Don't miss a moment of our journey. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you'll always know when a new video drops. Today, we're diving into one of the most crucial tasks, determining the exact placement of our house. In our country, this isn't something you can guess or eyeball. The regulations are strict, and only a professional with specialized equipment can mark out where the house should go. If we were to build even slightly off the mark, we'd face huge fines. Once the placement is set, it's time for the foundations. But laying a proper foundation isn't as simple as digging a hole. First, you need to know the type of soil you're working with, because that determines how the foundation is designed. For example, our house will be brick-built, so we need deep, strong foundations to handle the weight and stay stable in strong winds or if there's high groundwater. It's a bigger task than if we were building a wooden house, which would allow for lighter, less expensive foundations. And here's our unique challenge. Our plot is on rock. This has its pros and cons. On the bright side, the rock provides an incredibly stable base, so our house won't shift over time. But digging through rock can get tricky and expensive. We're crossing our fingers that we can dig the trenches without hitting too many obstacles. For the excavation, we're using two excavators. One is small and great for digging deep, but it doesn't move much soil around. The other is bigger and handles clearing away the piles of earth, so the small one can keep working efficiently. We've also had to carefully decide where to pile the soil, as placing it in the wrong spot could cause problems later on. To make sure the trenches are dug to the correct depth, we're using a laser level. It's a high-tech gadget that's been a game-changer for us, even though we had to learn how to use it from scratch. Since we'll need it for the entire project, we decided it was worth buying one. Have you ever used or seen one of these lasers in action? Let us know in the comments. As the digging started, we realized just how hard the soil was, but luckily, the excavators handled it. I was constantly jumping into the trenches to check the depth. If the trench is too shallow, the foundation won't be stable. If it's too deep, we'll have to fill it with extra concrete, which is expensive. Precision is key, so we measured and remeasured everything, and even cleaned the trench bottoms by hand to ensure they were perfect. There were a few hiccups along the way. I had to leave to pick up materials, leaving my wife to handle the laser measurements. Of course, that's when the weather turned, and she ended up working in the rain, soaked but determined. By the time I returned, she had everything under control. How amazing is she? Toward the end of the day, we hit some large rocks, a reminder of the solid base we're working with. The tricky part with big rocks is that removing one can cause others to shift and create a huge hole that needs to be filled with concrete. Thankfully, we managed to avoid that problem, and we completed the excavation in just one day. But the work isn't over yet. If it rains heavily, the sides of the trenches could collapse, and we'd have to start all over. So wish us good weather, and keep your fingers crossed for us. How do foundation works happen where you live? Have you ever faced challenges like digging through rock or dealing with unexpected weather? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your experiences. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to follow along as we continue building the house of our dreams. And stay tuned for our next video, where we'll dive deeper into preparing our foundations for the next steps. See you soon.